Learn the key ideas and move orders in the Vienna game and bishop's opening. Black would have been better off capturing on d4 instead of e4. How should white start a strong attack? Capture a pawn and prepare to advance your queen to make a queen. Good start. How should white win material? Sacrifice a piece to decoy black's king into danger. Nice move. How should you win back the lost piece? Fork the black king and the e4 knight. Nice work. How should white win material? Capture an undefended piece. Great job. White has an extra pawn and the safer. White's e5 push was poorly planned. How should black advance a center pawn to target a white bishop? Good choice. What's next? Find a good capture. Well played. Black's extra pawn and big center. Black has just captured a pawn, but white will win it back. Fork f7 and e4. Nice move. How should you win material? Trade bishops to damage black's pawn structure. Now black's pawn structure is in shambles. How should recapture on e4 and offer a trade of knights? Well done. White has the better pawn structure and how should black win material? Fork the white king and knight. Good start. What's next? Capture an undefended piece. Great job. Black wins a knight and should win the game. Black's c6 was inaccurate. How should white take? Advance a pawn to attack e5. Good choice. How should you win back the lost pawn? Recapture and develop your queen. Well played. White has a lead in development. Black has sacrificed a piece but can soon win it back with a good fork white's knight and bishop. Great move. How should you win material? Recapture the piece. Nicely done. Black has good center control and an easy. Black has won a pawn but will need to sacrifice it back to develop and prepare to castle. Good start. How should you break the pin on your bishop? Castle to break the pin on your bishop and defend g7. Well done. Black has a safe position. Black has an extra pawn, but white can use the trade knights to remove black's defense of the f7 pawn. Good start. How should you save the queen? Save your queen and renew the threat to f7. Again, black can block the queen's path to f7. Make a bishop-queen battery on the a2 g8 diagonal. Well played. How can white win material? Fork black's king and rook. Almost there. What's next? Capture an undefended piece. Well done. White wins material, although black's... How should black fight back in the center in the Vienna gambit? Place another pawn in the center. Good start. How should you win back the pawn? Save your knight with a capture. Well played. Black has an okay... White has built up a strong attack and is ready to break through. Sacrifice a piece with a powerful check. Great start. How can you justify the bishop sacrifice? Capture a pawn with check. Great move. How should you keep chasing the black king? Find a check that can't be blocked. Nice work. How can you win the black queen? Find a discovered check to attack the black queen. Good idea. How should you win material? Skewer the black king and queen. Good idea. How should you win material? Capture the queen. Well done. White has a serious material advantage.